Yes, sir.
Well, what else you guys got for this week? Any?
Well, as I said earlier, I'm going to volunteer my outright upset of the week.
Go ahead.
Which, if you haven't figured out by now, the volunteer theme is going to be the Tennessee Volunteers taking it to the Florida Gators.
Hey, I've enjoyed this for 10 straight years, where every year somebody, it's not just you, thinks that this is the year that the Vols come around. They thought the same thing last week with Kentucky.
Hey.
It's only been 29 years since Florida lost to Kentucky. But Tennessee's good, and Florida does not have much of an offense right now. But with it being in the swamp and with the confidence of beating them 10 times in a row, and the one thing I've been saying to everybody that keeps shoving Tennessee down my throat is, well, let's see them win a big game before we just start assuming they're going to win all these big games. And if they win this, one,
I'm not going to go ride the volunteer horse here.
Yeah, but if they win this one, I mean, that could open the floodgates to Tennessee really being back. I mean, we know Fulmer's busy, making the donuts or whatever he's doing now.
Yeah.
He's hanging. He's at a bar / donut / bacon shop with Toledo Tom.
Oh, yes.
Lamenting losses of the past, and lamenting the horrible game we saw there at what do you call it? NIU Tennessee. God, that was terrible.
Oof. Yeah, but that game still doesn't compare to that game down in the swamp that I got to witness.
Yeah, you guys take a bus down there in 90. Was it 96, 95?
Yes, it was 95.
Holy cow! Danny Werfel was there.
It was brutal. Yeah,
Danny Werfel was the QB back then.
It was humid as hell, and it was fun though.
The one thing I do regret about not starting the MEPs when I was a young child was that I would have irrationally picked Florida to cover every spread, and Spurrier would run up the score so much that it would be a blast every week. I remember when they the back-to-back years they beat Manning when he was a junior and senior. They were both underdogs in those two games, and they ended up winning them both pretty easily. And I had a blast as a teenager running around talking trash about Florida. But it's been a fun journey for the Gators, but not recently. Let's hope this new coach not just yell at his players. He actually gets some more wins out of them.
Yes.
And we'll talk a little Illinois. What do you guys think so far?
Who do they play this week?
Middle Tennessee.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. Middle Tennessee put 70 points on Charlotte last week.
Yeah, and look at the issues we had with them a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
I mean, I was optimistic through the first two games, but I watched a little bit of their game last week, and I lost a lot of that optimism. So
I guess it depends on which lunch shows up.
Yeah.
If he's smoking blunts before the game, then they got no chance. But if he's on the you-know-what hunt, I think they're going to win by a couple tutties.
I can see that. We got the Who's here Friday night. We got Boise. The Smurfs coming to town. Friday night ESPN. I know you guys will be settled in at bowling, waiting for updates excessively from me on
Absolutely.
on your phones. And you'll come home and you'll be able to flabongo at least one if we get a win there. We need a win there. We have a very winnable stretch here of games, and starting with a win over the Smurfs would help. The Irish taking on the only second MAC team they've ever faced this weekend. I know Craig is going to be dialed in.
There's no way.
He might buy a UMass shirt for this weekend.
Dude, there's no way. Unless Bill Cosby drugs the entire Notre Dame team, UMass has no chance.
I don't... Oh gosh. Well,
yeah, they'll show their true colors the minute, man. That's how long it's going to take them to be down by 2 tutties.
I just saw Chris Bryant hit a homer that flashed on the MEP's video, so that's going to be a nice memory when he's hitting his.
He didn't do a flabongo, did he? Because supposedly Joe Madden brought a flamingo to the press conference today.
I've enjoyed Joe Madden all year. It's fun to have a good manager. They had like a petting zoo thing today.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know, but as much as Craig and a lot of the other, just pure diehard White Sox fans hate the Cubs, it's got to drive them nuts that they got a good manager and somebody that clearly looks like they're having a good time compared to what Robin Ventura's stirring up on the South Side.
Let's not even go down the Robin Ventura train because unfortunately I don't think that train's leaving the station next year.
On a side note, the Sox are being no hit right now through 7 innings, so that's not good.
Jeez.
Well, that's all I got for this week. We did keep it a little shorter, which I appreciate it. Hopefully, Vusha won't make me touch.
Hey, we got to give our shout out to PJ getting engaged.
First of all, before you do that,
what's the over under on how many months it takes him to get divorced from this one?
Yeah, I know. Well, he has 4 kids too with the other one, and that was less than a year ago that he was divorced. So either this is the chick he was cheating on, or he moves very quickly. You know what I mean?
I give it over under 6 months.
Okay. And do you have a rebuttal for Dan Geider calling you out last week for not finishing the Molly's rail?
Oh yeah. Speaking of taunting and harassing all year by Dan Geider, I see he's in the same position I am in the Yahoo Fantasy Baseball.
That is true. That is
at home doing nothing.
And I knocked out Vusha in the first round for the second straight year. I knocked him out. So both of them are exactly where you guys are right now.
Exactly where we are.
Yep.
Going nowhere.
Basically going nowhere as usual.
Much to do about nothing. You would think
the rail wasn't. It's not that I couldn't finish the rail. There was too big of a crowd outside to get back in after I left.
Oh, okay. I know you had.
Went to the junction to get food.
I was hungry, man.
I heard that you were hungry.
I couldn't get back in.
Hey, you got to let the big bear eat before he gets the Molly's next time.
You probably heard about the story about how I wound up sleeping on the floor.
No, I didn't hear about that. I remember sleeping on the floor in Michigan.
I don't remember much of it.
Okay.
I started in the bed when we got back to sleep, and I was eating my McDonald's, and I got up and wound up sleeping on the floor, and Dag was in the bed.
But even better in that story, apparently Dag wound up downstairs in the lobby during the middle of the night, and he has no idea how he got down there.
What was he doing in the lobby?
We don't know. He was just.
He doesn't know.
He said he was walking around downstairs by the bookstore in the lobby.
Jesus.
We don't know what happened.
Oh
he
my
said
God.
he didn't have his glasses on, so he could barely get back up the elevator. And then when he got back to the 11th floor where we were on, he was just pushing on doors, and he said whichever one opened, that's the room he was going to fall asleep in. So luckily, our door was the only one that happened to be open.
Oh my God. You guys, you don't take it easy when you're going out there, especially after a Husky victory. I look forward to seeing you guys here in a few weeks. It's been too long. What do you got?
Joe's.
Yeah, Bungalow Joe's on Thursday night when I arrive home. I know you guys have work in the morning, but we'll see how much we can get in that night in the short period of time. I know there won't be any Craig karaoke, sadly, but
no.
Friday night we might have to check you guys out bowling. I've heard good things. I heard you gotten better.
Yeah, we're getting better.
We have.
We're slowly getting better.
You guys are making more money. You got more time to invest in.
We
can
invest in better equipment. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Go Huskies.
Yes, sir.
Go Huskies.
Sink the boat.
Yes, sink the boat.
Sink the boat.
Down goes the boat.
Good luck in that marriage, PJ. We know how long that's going to last.
Well, send everybody out. Week 4, Top 7, 2015 MEP'S Top 7 Talk with.
Don't forget #Maction.
Hey, we're a couple weeks away from action.
Yep.
Look at these. Oh, the burnt. This is a great video.
We'll finish it off here.
Oh, we're gonna wait for this. There it is. How many tutties for Drew Hare on Saturday?
3.
Okay.
I'm going 4.
Ooh.
Speaking of tutties, we got a Jonathan Taves goal here in the first preseason game of the year.
All right. Hopefully we bubble wrap PK all year and keep him in the locker room.
Yeah.
You just saw Harnish, just saw Lynch. It's a shame they don't have Drew Hare on here yet.
He'll get there. He'll cement his legendary status.
Thank you, Brothers Quinn, and go Huskies.
Go Huskies.